Hey guys, we're going to be talking about the solar eclipse taking place on August 21st in the United States. And I'm going to give you some tips and some pointers and also show you the equipment I'll be using and the location I've chosen. And hopefully this video will encourage you to get out there and try to photograph this event. At least go out and view it. Now let's get started. Okay, probably the most important thing is the path of the eclipse. You see where this line falls. This is from NOAA, and it's an average historical cloudiness for August 21st. But you need to be into that line in order to see the full eclipse. And here's a list of cities that are really good spots. I'll be in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm going to go to an area called Mount Pleasant. That's where I'll be filming. For this event, I'll be using a Rokinon 500mm mirror lens. The reason for that is lightweight, easy to travel with, doesn't put much stress on the mount, very easy to focus with, and also 500mm to 1000mm is where you want to be for framing, and I'll show you that now. As you can see here, the framing is really good with this lens. It also comes with a 2x teleconverter, so you can get in really close. But ideally, this is where I like to be for video, and that's what I'm using this particular camera lens for, is video. Now you may hear some terms like the diamond ring effect. That's just the light breaking through the moon as it eclipses, and the Bailey's beads are the flares that you see along the edge, in case you hear that terminology. One thing you can do is go to Amazon and get you some of these solar eclipse glasses. I haven't found a better deal than that. 25 of them. You can supply your whole family and maybe some friends too. Now obviously you don't want to look directly at the sun, and you don't want to point optical equipment directly at the sun without filters. The company I recommend is Thousand Oaks Optical. They've been in business for a long time. A lot of professionals use them, probably most professionals. And you can get sheets of black polymer or a material called mylar. Make sure that it's for solar viewing. And you can retrofit these sheets to fit your camera lenses or your telescope or whatnot. A simple design that I use, that you definitely be careful when you make it, and this is just an example, it's paper. I don't have an actual piece of cardboard or one that I've made, but it's just 4 sides, equal sides, and you'll cut a hole for your lens on both ends, or your telescope, whichever the case may be. And when you fit your sheet of polymer or your mylar in here, you'll cover this opening. You don't want to cut it just big enough to fit the hole, but that's dangerous. Extend beyond the boundaries of that, and then fit this over your lens. If you make it out of rigid material, then it should work pretty good for you. If it's real windy, just make sure you secure it. Be overly cautious when it comes to the sun. This is just a simple design I came up with, and something that can easily retrofit your equipment, but I hope this was helpful in your engineering process. Now let's move on. If the DIY approach scares you, by all means don't use it. You can see here the website for Thousand Oaks Optical. They make full glass solar filters for just about everything out there. Another product is Celestron came up with an actual solar scope specifically designed for the solar eclipse this year, and it's priced right at $100. It's a good travel scope too. If your pockets are deep, get a Coronado. These things are awesome, and you can see really good detail of the sun, the granules and everything, but they'll set you back quite a bit of money, so don't be shocked when you look it up and you find the price. Now a good trick is to put some type of a shielding over your scope, so as you look down the barrel you're not blinded by the sun. An umbrella works fine for that too. And if you're using a laptop, definitely cover it with a box, because the sunlight is immense and it's hard to, you'll be squinting your eyes to see the screen. So this is a trick a lot of people use for solar viewing, and and one that you should incorporate if you're going to have a laptop with you. It's a good trick. For you guys with just limited to cell phones, you could use Mylar or polymer over the lens of your cell phones, and they're very easy to point. You're used to taking photos with it already, probably. You're not going to get a lot of detail, but if that's all you have, then give it a try. It's definitely worth the attempt. What you're seeing here is an actual video clip that I took previously of the sun with the 500mm reflex lens. And generally you're going to run around an ISO of 200, but you're definitely going to want an intervalometer, mirror lockup. I recommend if you don't have an intervalometer, definitely put a self timer on your camera. You're going to get a lot of wobble as you push the camera settings. But the thing is, you're going to have to adjust your shutter speed or whatnot as you go, because the huge differential in the exposure that's necessary for this event, because you're going from a really bright sun, even in your filter, to a complete blackout. So consider that. I'll be using the CG4 to track it, and I'm going to be doing a video with that, and most likely something around a 24mm lens to do a series shot. What you're seeing here is an app called Skyview. I highly recommend it for tracking the event, and I say that because it's going to show you minute by minute by your location exactly where the sun is and when this is going to take place based on your area. It's a free app too. There's several ways to go about this. If you just want a single photograph of the diamond ring, then you can wait, and I recommend putting your shot on continuous and just blast away and hope for the best moment, and just work your exposure really fast, because you have a very limited amount of time. But this is probably the safest attempt. Or you might try your hand at a composite image where you take a series of images as the eclipse occurs and then combine them in Photoshop or something like that. A little more difficult, but doable if you have the right settings. Definitely, no matter what approach you take, set up way early that day prior to the event and take some test shots and get your settings right for your equipment. I've been filming the sun for a long time and submitting data from it, and my choice, like I said, is the 500mm Rokinon, and I'm going to be using that for a video clip on a UHD card with a 6D. I'll also be shooting various shots with a 24mm lens, likely, and I might do a little bit of something with my phone also. But exercise a lot of caution out there, and if you guys head down to the Charleston area of South Carolina, I'll be around Mount Pleasant. I'm not sure exactly where yet, but I'll keep you posted. Maybe drop by and say hello. As always, clear skies.